And we're live.
What's Cecil, what's
I
your like go-to food when you're being naughty?
Alright.
I can't speak
oh,
for you, but I can't tell if you're a very sweet
God.
guy or someone who loves their food.
No, I used to really love hot wings. Like, that was kind of my, like, "Oh my god, I need hot wings." But, I kinda slowed down on them, because they're not exactly the best thing for you. So, I can't even remember the last time I had them. I actually recently, um went vegetarian, which, I just decided for my health and, just well-being, I really needed to go there. I didn't necessarily want to, but, there was too many health benefits, and I was having a lot of, just gastro problems,
Hmm.
that seemingly, that really made a lot more sense to go that direction. Like, I'm not one of those people that, God, I'd never go vegan, but, I'm not one of those people that would begrudge people, "Oh, you need to eat this because," no, it's just, this is
Mhm.
what I'm eating, and it's really what's good for me. But, I'm kind of learning new things to enjoy, and it's going to be interesting. It's not gonna be, it's not gonna be easy, but, because
Yeah.
I do love ribs and, a lot of that stuff, but, this past year, everybody's kinda been cooped up, and, I think maybe I wasn't as like, I'm not, if this isn't a matter of not me being on camera, I just don't have a webcam. But, I was in, 2 documentaries, so I have a lot of fans who they're like, "Oh, I always wanted to know what you look like, and I got your documentary, and now I know what you look like." So if anybody's seen my documentary, you know that I'm not a big dude. I just, I don't really go on camera because I have a
Mhm.
background in radio, and I'm more comfortable being behind a microphone than in front of a camera. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
so anyway, so just basically saying that, I'm not, I don't know what am I don't know what I'm getting at. I like all kinds of food, and, but I recently went vegetarian, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. And,
Are you gonna treat
that's
yourself to
it.
some meat occasionally?
Oh yeah, well, I'm kind of most likely going to do like because Arnold Schwarzenegger right now is a vegetarian,
Yeah.
and he's doing like the 90-10. So he's doing 90% vegetarian, 10% meat eater. So, I'm looking into doing something along those lines where every now and then, I might have a hamburger, I'll have a steak or something. And I know that there might be, uh, a little bit of pushback. My stomach will be like, "What are you doing?" But,
Mm.
I guess it all comes down to like, if I eat it and it really makes me feel like shit,
Mhm.
then that will remind me, "Okay, you know what? Do you really want this?" And,
Yeah.
kind
I
of
had a
look at it from
girlfriend that
that
was
perspective.
a vegetarian for gastrointestinal reasons. She just couldn't process meats. It was just a problem. They would make her really violently ill. And but like maybe once every 2 months or so, she'd be like, "Let's get some Zaxby's chicken fingers." Like she'd get like 3 chicken fingers, and she'd just be like, "Oh God, this is so much better than quinoa and furkey."
That bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, like faux turkey or faux chicken, like all those
Uh,
all those like fake meat patties, black bean burgers, and like,
Mhm.
when she would cook, that's what we would eat. So I can't tell you how much like fake meat and quinoa I had to choke down over the years. It was it was not awful, but it was still like, man, some meat would be good.
Oh, for sure. So are you
Yeah.
Cecil, are you finding, because I know a lot of people who go vegetarian, they fall into a rut of like eating like, well, I eat broccoli and I eat asparagus and I eat a salad and then cheese and eggs, and it's like, and that's what I eat. Have you like experimented cooking a lot more stuff, expanding your horizons? Like how long? I should ask, how long have you been doing it first?
It's been about a month, so it
Oh,
it hasn't really been too long. Like, I'm not sick of anything yet, which is good. I'd be really upset if after a month I'm like, "Ugh." But, I'm also a pretty good cook, so experimenting with, like, new ideas and new recipes and stuff, it hasn't been too terrible. I'm at the point now where I'm not really disgusted with things. I I hope that I can kind of keep that going because there's a lot of recipes and things that I've never tried before.
Mhm.
Some things though I try and I'm just like, no, I don't like this at all. There's been a couple of recipes where like tonight we had like a instead of a basil pesto, it was an arugula pesto. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this kind of sucks. But 'cause arugula is so much more bitter than basil. But
Yeah.
things like that, it's just a matter of trying to find something that is good. But the thing is, my gastro had gotten to the point where it was like physically making me incredibly sick. And I was just miserable for days. And the thing too is largely my job consists of my voice and it was messing up my voice. I also stream on Twitch and there were a lot of my fans that were listening and my voice was cracking like numerous times a night. And at the time, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was going to different specialists and doctors and everything, and they were trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And they finally nailed it down to it was gastro problems. And if I have to go vegetarian, and if that's going to make me not feel like complete garbage and not ruin my voice, well, I'll suffer. Whatever. And honestly, the the food isn't so bad versus how bad I felt. So even though it's only been a month, I
Mhm.
already feel better. So that to me is like, all right, I'm definitely going in a good direction here. If I can sleep at night, if I can go through a day without constantly burping and having my voice crack, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Sure.
I
I
could
would.
do that. I could do the vegetarian thing. I wouldn't want to do it long term. I really like beef and chicken.
Yeah, meat tastes so good.
Yeah, meat's so
Oh, I
good,
do too.
but like I could definitely do it for like I could do the 90-10 thing, I think. Like especially if I can still eat eggs and I want to say fish and seafood, but that's a pescatarian. So that's not exactly that's kind of cheating. If I can have
And
fish,
like,
I could really make the
Hmm.
switch. That
if
would
you're
be
doing
easy.
a 90-10 and a bunch of fit, isn't that just like eating healthy?
Yeah, essentially at that point, right? Because like if I can have
It's
like
kind of how you're
Like
supposed to.
80-20 with some fish.
if I can have
Like,
some salmon and some tilapia and some shrimp, it's like
mhm.
the fuck. We're a meat eater still, it's fine.
Have
But
you
but
tried
if even if it was just eggs and dairy, like that's the point where like it just seems impossible. It's like how do you even go somewhere and order something if you can't have anything dairy or anything with eggs in there? Because those are like the bases of so many foods.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, well, first of all, anything with sauce, I need it without the sauce because that's got eggs in it or whatever. Like going to any restaurant would be a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah, yeah, you'd have to go
Well,
to a special restaurant.
vegetarian, unless I'm completely wrong on this, but vegetarian will allow you eggs
Mhm.
and milk
Yeah.
because you're not killing the animal to get them. It's
Yeah,
that
exactly.
any
I'm really
where
talking
they,
about being vegan and
Yeah,
how like
a
impossible
vegan
that
is
would
when
be.
it's just yeah, vegan is no way.
they don't
Especially
even.
because I briefly dated a vegan and I was hanging out with her one day and she's like, "Here, have a not dog." And she's like shoving it into my mouth and I'm like, "Oh god. Like this is the worst. I'd rather just eat dirt.
I
This
got
is
a not dog
terrible."
for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, no, there are microorganisms in the dirt. You can't eat that.
Yeah, do you know how many little bunnies are killed by threshers in those fields every time they're harvesting? We should eat the bunnies out of respect.
Yes.
Out of respect for their life force. But so have you tried any of the like tofurkey fake meats? Like found anything good there yet, or not? Not really venturing out yet.
The only thing like I've had black bean burgers, but I had that before I even went
Those are okay.
vegetarian. They're really good. I mean they're not a burger, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I've had the Beyond Meat burgers
Yep.
and they're pretty good. I mean again, not as good as a hamburger, but not something I would have all the time, but sometime if I really wanted a hamburger and for whatever reason I couldn't have meat, I would probably go there. But then I've had some wacky stuff. I had a General Tso's cauliflower. I was like, "Ooh, this is going to be good." And I'm like, it just tastes like cauliflower with hot sauce on it.
Yeah.
I've had seitan, I had a Reuben that was made out of seitan instead of the meat that they put in Reubens, and that I was surprised at how good that was.
What is seitan made?
Yeah, I don't know.
Seitan is some kind of soybean. Not a big soy eater, but that was one of those things where I'm like, okay, you know what? That looks pretty good. Let me try it. And it was like legit good. I think that's probably the best thing that I had as far as, and that was actually a vegan thing. That wasn't a vegetarian thing.
Hmm.
But again, I wouldn't be able to go like full on vegan. 'Cause most of the
Hydrated
stuff is
gluten,
just-
the main protein found in wheat. Yeah, it's just wheat gluten. Yeah,
oh, okay.
weird.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, whatever they did to it, they marinated the hell out of it. They put Russian dressing on it, and I thought it was delicious.
I'm
but,
looking at like some dishes with it, and like it appears that they can create the consistency of like various meats with it, and it looks like meat. I'll say that for it. That's cool.
it does
Okay. Never heard
does
of it.
fool you. I mean, I would think
Hmm.
that is one of those things where if somebody gave you a Reuben made with seitan, most people would not be able to tell if
Yeah.
it was done well enough. But there's a lot of things where they're like, "Oh, this tastes just like it," and you're like, "Nah, it totally doesn't."
Right. Cauliflower or anything. It's like, look, I get it. You've managed to make cauliflower into the shape of rice or something else, but it tastes just like cauliflower.
yeah. And and you put a pile of cauliflower rice on your plate, it wants to return to its original form. So like, quickly emulsify. Like you put a bunch of rice on a plate, leave for an hour, come back. Yeah, oh, that's rice. Yeah, this like it's just a cake now. It's just a pad.
It's like you're buying some sort of Voltron cauliflower over there where they assemble.
Let me send you my mashed potato recipe because you're gonna be blown away.
It's like the
when
Dippin' Dots of cauliflower.
When I made Valentine's Day dinner for my lady friend, I was like, "Let me know what you think about these mashed potatoes," and she was like, "They're the best mashed potatoes I've ever had," and she wasn't bullshitting me.
Oh, of course
I-
not.
Like no, I'm serious. Like since then, she's like been bugging me. She's like,
Oh, the
"What's the
Yankees.
recipe?"
I love the Yankees too. We share all the same interests. Tell me more about Tiger Woods. He's their
I love
best
the
player.
This is the exception to that rule. Like when I cooked Wings of Redemption food, I was like, "What do you think about these stuffed bell peppers?" It's the best food I've ever had. This was a rare instance of him being polite, clearly, and he was
hungry.
very hungry. But in this situation, it's like she's been bugging me for the recipe since then. Like 2 or 3 times, she's like, "How does this work?" But I took riced cauliflower and I sautéed it with chicken stock, and I cooked out most of that cauliflower fucking taste right there. Let's make this not taste like what it is. And then I added Greek yogurt, and I've got one of those
Immersion
products.
blender?
Yes, you nailed it. Immersion blender. Yeah, you got that from this. I love that you got that. Yeah, I used an immersion blender with Greek yogurt. I blended it, and to try to give it the consistency of mashed potatoes, I cheated, and I took half a potato and I boiled it, and I threw that. Now, just stick with me. Taylor's like, "Wolf, you cheated. You made mashed potatoes." No,
Don't
I had like
preempt my point because you know it's right.
there's half a potato in like a big bag of cauliflower. Like there's just a little bit of potato.
Part of you knew that it couldn't compete on the level playing field, so you had to dice a little bit of PEDs in there.
I put some PEDs in there.
Enhancing the dish.
The cauliflower needed a little juice. All right. and when I was done though, it was Greek yogurt and like a 70-30 cauliflower to potato mixture. And it was fucking delicious. It tasted just like mashed potatoes.
Good as regular mashed potatoes.
It was 95% as good as mashed potatoes.
Sometimes these things. Did you remember during the hangout, Jackie brought me carrot sticks and onion dip? And
I
the
do.
onion dip looked just like onion dip. It was like yogurt with, or not yogurt. What is it? Would you just say Greek something?
Yeah,
is it
Greek
yogurt.
Okay.
It is yogurt. Yeah.
Greek yogurt with onion powder in it or something. I had a couple dips and I'm like, this is not onion dip at all. I mean, it's the same color and shape as onion dip, but
I'll just eat the carrots.
Totally what I did.
Yeah. A lot of those like faux foods, like you've said before.
Yeah.
Kyle have said like, it's 80% is good, only 20% as many calories. But there's some of them where it's like, like rice cakes, where it's like, what am I doing? Like this
Rice
is
cakes aren't even that good for you.
They're 35 calories. That
just-
bread that I sent you is the same amount of calories, and it's bread, and it has 4 grams of protein in it.
I do eat rice cakes sometimes. Mine are 50 calories. They're rice rollers. They're on
Yikes.
Amazon.
Yeah.
And they kind of satisfy a sweet tooth. Like it's like apple.
PB2 on there.
No, it's coated with like apple caramel, probably fake sugar.
Okay.
And it's a snack. It's 50 calories. If you have it, you can have a sweet thing if you want it.
They're
And,
terrible, awful.
Like
I'm a
I'm
big fan of-
You have not had them.
No. I'm talking about the rice cakes I've had.
The rice cakes I have
They're
are
just like
legit a
lightly
snack.
salted rice cakes.
Just lightly,
like
it's like that's what they'll be serving at the Whole Foods run gulag.
It took me a long time to put together that rice cakes are just rice. Like
Mhm.
I know it seems obvious to
Mhm.
everybody else, but I was like, rice cakes are like totally healthy. They're like super over the top what you eat if you're on a crash diet. Rice cakes. It's carbs. It's literally fucking rice. It's not a lot of it. It's all puffed up, but you're having rice in cake form.
Usually, every time I've seen it like promoted as a diet food, it's been more not from what I've seen. I've never seen it like this is really good for you. I've seen like if you need a full stomach feeling, you pile like 3 of those, twice as large as a hockey puck things in your stomach. Like
I don't even think it's good at
110
that.
calories in it. No, it still is.
Kyle. You know what is
Still-
good?
Yeah,
with it?
like all right. So let's say you take 3 of them. It's 150 calories, right?
Okay.
That's a serving of oatmeal. Like you could make a bowl of fucking oatmeal for the same thing, and oatmeal's so filling. It's like putting fucking cement in your stomach. It's just like, well, that ain't going nowhere.
Mhm.
I would much
oatmeal
rather
hits
have
your
oatmeal.
stomach like flame retardant foam, and you're like, all right, I'm good for the day.
Yeah, there's no more filling meal than like a thick bowl of oatmeal. I hate rice cakes. I haven't eaten a rice cake since I was a kid, and they were just happened to be some in the cupboard, and I was like, "Ooh, a snack!" And it's like, nope, false. Like you can't put enough frosting on this thing to make it good.
Mom, you bought one of the bag. They forgot some of the ingredients. They must have. They're steak.
You could put cake frosting on that thing, and it still wouldn't be very good.
No, you would have to put it under a ribeye. for me to-
Yeah, not even
The
rice
last
cakes.
time I tried rice cakes, I got one and it was like cheddar cheese rice cakes. I opened the bag, they smelled like feet. I immediately threw it in the garbage. I'm like, just this sucks.
Not even gonna give it a go. Yeah,
I'm not gonna try this.
Yeah, I mean, if that like one of my favorite snacks, like always, has been peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like that's what I'm vaping right now. This is peanut butter and jelly. Like it's one of my favorite flavors. And shit, you can get like PB2 or one of those powdered peanut butters. To me, it's just as good as peanut butter. It's not 80% as good. It's like 99% as good if you mix it just right. And sugar-free jam and preserves, that shit tastes just as good to me too. Like you can have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's got 150 calories total. Like I'd much rather have that than 3 naked rice cakes.
that's true. Yeah,
Mhm.
but PB Fit or PB2, whichever one, it's just not. I don't think it's. I think it's closer to 50% as good as regular.
When you mix it, is it the consistency of peanut butter when you're done, or is it watery?
It's like peanut butter. Is that not right?
Yeah, it should be.
That's right.
Like I use milk to mix it instead of water or syrup.
I think I'm just going to go back to regular peanut butter. Is that even less calories with milk?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's cashew milk. It's 25 calories for 8
Oh,
ounces.
Okay. Yeah,
I hadn't even heard of cashew milk. I thought I was doing well with almond milk, I think is it.
Yeah, that's 40 calories or 35 calories.
He found
for
waterier milk. I'm sure.
but it comes with vanilla flavored. You can get vanilla
Uh-huh.
cashew milk. It's 25 calories for 8 ounces.
Cashews
I
are just
fucking
nuts that heard a
love it.
rumor about milk. They're not
Oh.
milk.
I don't even want like I'll pour a full glass of it and I'll drink it and I'll be like, God, that was good. You know what? 2 glasses.
Can I scare it? Yeah, I think I can.
It's so fucking good. Like I would, if I had the choice right now between
This
whole
is hard
milk.
to believe.
I swear to God, like it's so tasty to me. Like the vanilla kind, not the plain. Like the vanilla cashew.
Is
milk.
it
20?
At Whole Foods?
I go to either Publix or Sprouts or Ingles or Kroger. Those are my options in
Does it
Atlanta.
taste the same as a vanilla almond milk?
To me, it tastes better.
Because I like vanilla almond milk. That's pretty good stuff.
To me, it tastes better than any milk that I've ever had in my life. Like I would rather have that vanilla cashew milk than like the fanciest of whole cow milk that's like 120 calories for 8
I
ounces.
don't know about that, but it does make sense what you're saying because like cashews are like the premium nut.
The macadamia nut is the
Expensive,
premium
they're so
nut.
nice. No, they're not nearly
It's the
as
king of the nuts.
no, cashews blow the pants off a macadamia nut
Then why are they so much more expensive?
because of a lack of demand.
That's good.
There you go.
Touche.
Fair enough.
That's how that works, I guess.
No, that shit's delicious to me. I use that to like mix my my peanut butter powder, and I'm licking the spoon. Like it's so fucking delicious to me. I also add salt to it. Like I add like a sprinkle of salt to the PB powder, and maybe a little bit of sweetener too. By the time you're done, it tastes like Jiffy or something. It tastes like one of the like least healthy peanut butters, like the best peanut butter you've ever had. It's
I need to try the
fucking delicious.
little additions you're doing because I bet that takes it to the next level. A little bit of salt, a little
Little
bit
bit of salt,
I'm searching
bit of
for
artificial
Kyle's
sweetener.
milk. There
I'll
are
link
so
it.
many things that milk comes from. Like,
I do oat milk.
I've done that too.
you can get
Yeah,
milk
I
from
like-
oats.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
done
you can get oat
It's-
milk. That's
it's really
my
tasty.
personal favorite.
Our Lord and Savior
And,
put so many things on this planet to milk, and you're getting it from oats.
Can you milk a cat?
Yes.
Yeah, you can milk anything with teeth.
Anything with nipples.
Yeah, that's the exact stuff right there. I fucking love it. Like, it's one of my like I'll just be.
Target.
I really want to go in the kitchen right now and like get a glass of it. It's so I'm thinking about it now. It's so fucking
about,
tasty.
like creamy cashew milk.
It's so fucking good.
What does that say? Made with creamy cashews.
Made with creamy cashews.
Yeah.
Fucking delicious, man.
Creamy cashews milk made with creamy cashew. Checks out.
Checks out.
Yeah, the FDA ensured that it was made of indeed creamy cashews.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
they
tried-
sell it at
all the-
Amazon.
Reject cashews, I bet. All the
Yeah,
ones that are enough to make it into the planner's container, they go to the Silk Corporation.
Probably. That's how baby carrots become baby carrots.
It's cheaper at Amazon.
They're whole carrots that were an abomination and nobody would have bought them, so they just shave them down into those little baby nubs and put them in a bag. No, that shit's delicious. I've had the oat milk, I've had the cashew or the almond milk, and obviously I've had cow milk. But that's my favorite, the cashew milk. It's fucking delicious.
I put it in the Amazon cart. I will at some point have it.
Yeah, let me know what you think. I really dig it.
You can get hazelnut milk.
Will they deliver it, or you have to do the thing where you reach like a certain threshold and then they mail it all from like Trader Joe's or whatever?
This is Amazon. You're asking me. They I
Yeah.
think free delivery. Okay, Amazon's really confusing for food. There's Amazon proper,
Yeah.
where you can sometimes buy like potato chips and things that hold up. There's Whole Foods and Amazon Fresh,
That's it, Whole Foods.
and they're different. I think one of them has a $100 threshold for free delivery, and the other is $35. I think, and I think this was the $35 one.